Hello students, how are you? I hope all of you will be healthy and safe. I hope all of you are enjoying my videos. In the last video I have told you about the string functions. Okay, so now all the string functions are not completed. So some are remaining. So now I am discussing the remaining string functions. Okay, so next function is join function. Okay, join function takes all items in an iterable. Iterable means one by one and joins them into one string. This is the syntax. Here you will take your string and here you will take another string that will be your iterable. Let's see the example. For example, your string, for example, string equals to RLV. So now the string2 equals to string 1. This is the syntax. String dot join. String dot join, and here you will write down your iterable string like A, B, C, D. Now print your string 1 and string 2 to see the result. Print string and then after print string 2. Okay. Now see the result. This is your main string and this is your iterable string. What will happen? Your here this string will be iterate according with this string. Now see the example. You can see this is your main string RLVM and this is your iterable string. The first character of iterable string is A, so A will join to RLVM. So here you can see the A is joined with RLVM. Let's do one thing, give the space. Okay, now you can see it clear now. So A is joined with RLVM, and the next character B is joined with RLVM, C is joined with RLVM, and D is joined, and last character is D. So this is the use of join function. Okay students, now next function is aljust. Okay. Aljust method will left align the string using a specified character. Space is default as the fill character. Left aljust method will left align the string using a specified character. It means your string will be left aligned. In the right hand side, your input character, your required character will be filled according to the given length. Okay, if you don't give any character, then it will be filled by space. Let's see. In this string, here string is RLVM. Okay, now string dot aljust. Here I am using the aljust function. So here the length is 10 character. My output string will be of 10 characters, and the right hand side it will be filled by A. Okay, now see the output. Now your string is RLVM, and here see the output. Focus on the output. Your given string is left aligned, and your right hand side given length is 10 characters. So here the length of this string will be of 10 character, and the right hand side will be filled by your given character. If you write down here, for example, S, then it will be filled by S. Okay, and the length of this string will be of 10 characters. Okay, so this is about the aljust function. So similarly you can use the rjust function. The next function is rjust function. The difference between aljust and rjust is, in aljust function your given string is left aligned, but if you write down here rjust, then your string will be right aligned simply. Okay, the string will be right aligned, and your left side will be filled by your given character. up to the given length. Okay, if you write down here 50, what will happen? RLVM, there will be no change in RLVM, but the left hand side it will be filled by S. Okay, now you can see that result. So this is about the LJust function and RJust function. So next function is strip. What is a strip? Strip method removes any leading space at the beginning and at the end. Let's see the example. For example, in your string, you have the space, a lot of space in left hand side and right hand side also. If you want to remove the space from left hand side and right hand side, then you will use the function. Which function you will use? You will use next function is strip. Okay, write down strip. Write down strip, simple strip one. Okay, there is no need to write down anything. So uh, this is your final string 2. The string 2 will not contain the left space and right space by using the strip function. Let's see. Now you can see this is your original string. In your original string you have the space, but your final string doesn't have any space. Okay. One thing more. The strip function does not remove only the space. It removes the particular characters also if the particular characters are found in your string from left hand side or right hand side. Let's see. For example, in your string you have 1 2 3 here, and here you have 3 1 2 like this. And if you want to remove these characters, so write down here 1 2 3 and run this program. Now your string is this and the final string is RLVA. Now you can see, but the 1 2 3 here you have the combination of 1 2 3, and here you have the characters 1 2 3 in any order. Okay, so it will remove the particular characters from left hand side and right hand side. Your strip function works both side, left side and right side, but your next function L strip works from left side and R strip works from right side. Okay, so write down here, if you write down here L strip, what you will get? It's simple. It will remove the space from left hand side. The L strip function remove the space or particular characters from left hand side. If you write down here R strip, the R strip function removes the particular character or space from right hand side. If you write down, okay, run this program. So now you can see your characters from right hand side have been removed. So this is about the strip function and L strip and R strip function. Okay. So next function is partition. As you know, what do you mean by partition? Partition means broken down. So using this function, searches for the specified string and split the string into a tuple containing 3 elements. What is tuple? In the later session, we will discuss about the tuple and list, etc. Okay. So in partition, first of all, it searches for a particular string. Okay, this string will be your separator. So this is your middle term, and it will contain the 3 terms: left term, middle term, and right term. So your particular string, specified string, will be your middle term. All the left side elements will be your left term, and all the right hand side elements will be your right term. The first element contains the first part before the specified string. Okay, for example, in this string, focus on the selected string. Here the first is your middle part, the is your left part, and element is your third part, contains the part before the specified string. The second element contains the specified string, and the third element contains the part after the string. Okay, the one thing you have to remember, the partition function search for the first occurrence of the specified string. Here you have a specified string. The particular string occurrence is more than one. Then in this case, it will search your string for the first occurrence. Let's see. So in this is, for example, you have a string like this: apples apples, right down here, apples, bananas, yeah, bananas, oranges, plums, grapes, like this. You have an string like this. And if you want to break down the string into tuples, so here you have to write down partition, and here you have to specify the string as separator. For example, I want to separate this string from orange, yes, okay, oranges, okay, write down here oranges. Now you can see the result. And one thing you have to write down the length also. I want to print the length of the string also. So print items in the original string. And how can we print the length of the particular string? Using len function. So write down the len and here string. So it will print the length of the original string. Okay. And copy this line. And here write items in the final string. And here you have to write down string 2. Okay, let's see. No. So items in the original string 35, it is counting the length of the string. If you count the length of this string, it will be 35. But okay, so this is your original string, but the items in the final string are 3. After using partition function, you will get only 3 elements. Okay, so the separator is oranges. The oranges will be your middle term. In the left part, the items in the left of the oranges will be your first term. Okay, this is your first part, and items after oranges will be the third part. So this is about the partition function. Next we have similarly R partition function. The partition function searches for first occurrence of the specified string. It searches from the left hand side, and right R partition searches the occurrence of the item from right hand side. The method searches for the last occurrence of a specified string, means it searches your string from right hand side. Let's see. For example, here you have write down oranges again. Oranges again and again we have write down. Yes, like this. R partition function will search your string from right hand side. Okay. So from right hand side we have the oranges here. So here after executing this function you will get a tuple or list. You will get a tuple, not list. Okay, so this will be your first part, this will be your second part, and it will be your third part. Let's see. Okay, so this will be your first part, second part, and third part. Okay, so next function is replace function. As you know, replace will replace the old value to a new value, specified phrase with another specified phrase. So here I want to replace the oranges with pineapples. So write down here replace oranges with pineapples. Let's see and execute this program. Now you can see this is your original string. Here we have the oranges, and oranges are replaced by pineapples. Okay, so this is about the replace function. So if you see the syntax, replace old value, new value, and count. Count is optional. In your string you have oranges 1, 2 times. Okay, suppose I have written 1 time more oranges. So it will replace all the oranges with pineapples, but I want to replace only one. only first place. So write down here 1. Now see the result. So now here oranges is converted into pineapples, but all the oranges are not changed because I have defined the value. It will change oranges to pineapples only for once. Okay, if you write down here 2, so it will convert 2 oranges into pineapple. Let's see. Now you can see the oranges is converted into pineapples. Oranges is converted into pineapples, but here oranges is not in because you have specified the value twice. Okay. So next function is split. The split method splits a string into a list. It is similar to the partition. The partition break down your list into tuples, but the split function break down your string into a list. Okay. So you can specify the separator, or default separator is any white space. If you don't specify the separator, so it will take white space, your space as a default separator. Split method splits a string into a list. Okay. So right, so this is your string, and here I am using split function. Split function, here I am not defining the separator. So by default separator will be space. Run your program. Now you can see this is your original string, and in your string you have the white space 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So now number of the items in the final strings are 8. 58 is the length of the whole string. Count all these characters including space, you will get 58. But after using the split function, you will get a list with all these items. Okay, students. So this is the function of split function. If you define the separator, for example, here I have no separator. If you write down the separator like this, comma, now in my string I have the separator, comma. If you split your string using a comma, okay, comma as a separator, to write down here comma. Now you can see the result. Okay, so now you have the 8 items again, but here your separator is comma. Suppose if I remove the comma from this side, now you will get the result 7, because apple and bananas will be your first item. If you write down the space here, so in this case it will be your item 1. Okay, so in this case it is your item 1. So this is about the split function. So next function is rsplit. Rsplit method splits into list starting from right side. Here, okay, one thing is remember, that is max split function. What is max split? If max split function is specified, the list will contain the specified number of elements plus 1. If you specify the max, here you have to specify a value, then your list will contain the number of elements plus 1. Okay, let's see. If you specify like here you have the 7 elements, but I want only 5 elements, so write down here 4. Now run your program. Okay, now in your final string you have 5 elements. So this is the use of max. This is the use of max split value. Okay, if you specify the max split value, your list will contain the elements plus 1. Okay, now you can see your element in your final string you have 5, 1 2 3 4 and 5. So in your fifth item contains 1 2 3 items. Okay, contain 3 items. If you use here r split, then it will count from it will move from right to left. If you use the only split function, it will move from left to right. If you write down here r split function, so in this case it will count from right to left. So in this case you can check the first, second, third, fourth. Now all the remaining elements will be your fifth item. Okay, so this is about the split and r split function. So what is split lines function? To understand this split line function, you have to learn about slash n function. If I write down here slash n, what will it do? It will break your string to a new line. It will move your content to a new line. For example, if you write down here n, again slash n slash n slash n for new line slash n slash n and slash n. Okay, now without using function, make it as a comment, make it as a comment. Now see the result and run your program. Now you can see your items are on the new line because of slash n. If you use your slash n, now your list will be broken down, your items, your sentence will be broken down into a new line. Okay, so this is the use of slash n function. Now if you want these sentence, all these items in a list, and in this case your separator is slash n, then you will use the split line function. Okay, so now use split line function, split line, split lines function, and there is no need of any argument here. Now run your program. The split line function will separate your items using slash n separator. Now you can see these are your items. Now your items on your whole string is converted into list, but here the separator is slash n. Okay, so this is the use of split lines function. The next function is z fill. Here the z stands for 0. The z fill method adds 0 at the beginning of the string until it reaches to the specified length. Now see the factors right down here. Suppose your roll number is 1 1 2 3 5. Okay, but in your roll number there should be 3 to 5. For the length of your roll number is 8. So in this case, in your roll number you have to include 3 more zeros. So for this you will use the z fill. So write down here the z fill, and here you will write down the character for which character. Sorry, no need to of 0 because z fill already for zeros, but you have to write down the length. What is the length of your roll number? Your roll number length is 1 to 5 characters, but I need 8 characters to write down 8. Okay. So now print your result. Now you can see the items in the final string is 8. The only 3 zeros are included in your string by default. Okay. If you write down here 10, the length of your string will be of 10 character, but here the length of your string is 4 characters. So how many zeros are required? Means 6 zeros are required. So there is no need to count the zeros. You have to just use the z fill function, and you have to specify the length of the required string. Okay, so run your program. Now you can see the number of zeros are included in your string in the left hand side. Okay, so students, all these are your string functions. You have to revise these functions. You have to practice these functions again and again. Okay, students. So enough for this lesson. Thank you, students. Have a nice day. Be healthy. Be safe.